where there is drama, how is it that Pakistan can be too far behind? I mean, after all, let's take what's happening between India, Bangladesh, and the ICC. Highly dramatic stuff, right? There's just so much going on in and around, and we thought that we'd seen pretty much the last of it once it's all but been confirmed now, because the ICC have shot off a mail to Bangladesh saying you guys are going to get replaced from the T20 World Cup by Scotland potentially. Well, Pakistan saw that and were like, you know what, we want some of this action because, well, breaking news, guys, brand new, fresh set of drama has been added to this because Pakistan and the Pakistan Cricket Board have basically said that, look, there is a chance we may not play in the T20 World Cup as well, which, oh boy, would be quite something. I'm joined by Siddharth, who seems to be a little bit zoned out for some reason. Siddharth, hey, are you there? Knock, knock, Earth calling, Sports Today Studio calling.
I've got a migraine, honestly. I've got a headache. Because, wait a minute, we are covering sports.
Can't feel like it anymore.
Or are we covering dramatics?
We're covering Pakistani soap operas.
I think then this needs a different beat altogether. I'm sorry. Either we make it a soap opera today or we make it sports today.
Or make it entertainment today.
Look, I've heard of this phrase, Begani Shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. But here, Abdullah isn't Diwana and there is no Shadi. I mean, okay. We are staring at the prospect of Scotland in Group C, if I'm not mistaken. And India have Pakistan in their group, right? Now, Mohsin Naqvi, the PCB chief, the PCB's head, Home Minister, ACC chairman, had a media session today, okay? And in that, he had some quotes which he pointed out, what was the stance? What is Pakistan going to do? Can we have those quotes, please, if it's possible, okay? The usual crocodile tears flowed from Pakistan when they said whatever happened with Bangladesh was wrong. I said in the ICC board meeting that this is double standards. After nudging them to the cliff and pushing them off, no, it is still unfair. That is Pakistan at this point in time, okay?
In fact, he goes one step further, right?
The one step further, and this is the clincher. Because can we go to the next one if it's possible, my friends? Next slide, please.
Yeah, apparently,
I think look, the mention of Pakistan and
there we go. No, we're back.
Okay, if it is PCB follow Bangladesh lead, because if Pakistan government says we won't play, then ICC can include a 22nd team. Government is more important to us than ICC.
What does it mean by a 22nd team, sir?
According to the rankings, okay, the team that will replace Pakistan is Uganda. That's the ranking, just outside of the top 20. Although, even there, Mohsin Naqvi's got the ranking wrong.
So I was wondering, what does he mean by 22nd team? For one, the tournament technically has 24 teams. So if he's saying add a 22nd team, grammatically speaking, that would imply that 21 teams have been replaced.
Exactly.
But that's not really been the case, has it? One team has been replaced.
One team has been replaced, yes.
So aside from getting facts wrong, getting his grammar a little bit messed up too.
Little bit messed up?
I'm being polite.
And apparently Pakistan has a plan A, B, C, D. Then why couldn't they learn the whole alphabet sequence, A to Z? Because this is the continuation of the drama that has enveloped this farce. Bangladesh, because of their own delusion, have decided to pull out. Or their own delusion.
And adding to it all, I mean, you're talking about you and me having to suddenly have this conversation around Pakistan. You know, so far-reaching is their influence that they pretty much ensured that Nikhil, who's joining us on a Zoom link, can't even have a peaceful day off. Nikhil, are we audible to you?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, apparently we can't hear you. So just give us 1 second. Give us 1 second. There are some issues. Yeah, now go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Perfectly.
Perfect.
No, I'm saying I can blame Pakistan for many things, but not for, ruining my day off, because it's not Pakistan in general, that's the life of a newsman. So I'm pretty used to it. So no issues there. I mean, it's Pakistan someday, it is, some player someday, it's Indian cricket, sometimes it's Indian Olympic star. It just carries on. So that is the least of my worry. But the worry is that we thought that this matter had ended. It clearly hasn't. Now that Mohsin Naqvi has come out and said it in as many words, I'm guessing by now you've mentioned the exact quotes or shown
Yeah.
the exact quotes to our viewers, so they know exactly what he's said in that press conference. I also heard that press conference, so in that sense, I mean, I'd say it was slightly unexpected, I'd have to say, because remember what we had been discussing all this while was that, okay, Pakistan will support them to begin with, lead them up the garden path, which they did. But then, they stood by their word and voted in favor of Bangladesh as well. Let's get that fact right as well, which they did. It didn't quite turn out the way that they would have wanted. And then you thought that, okay, that was the end of the matter. Pakistan would go this and no further, because at the end of the day, who would want to jeopardize not participating in the T20 World Cup? But now that he's come out and said, Mohsin Naqvi, it does, come then as a slight surprise to me. I'd have to say a slight surprise. But I have a question for you. In fact, I have a few questions, and then we can dwell further. How do you see, and I'm going to label it as a threat, what it is at the moment. It's a threat where Pakistan have said that, what you've done is unfair to Bangladesh, and if the Pakistan government decides, we'll also pull out, right? The first question I have in terms of, what he said, and we need to answer that, then I'll get to the second question. The first question is, do you think this threat is real? Is this lip service? Is it, just trying to let Bangladesh know that, listen, we did not lead you up the garden path, that we were still there till the end, and then later say that, you know what, our government said no, but I was always there. As PCB head, I was on who backed you, and we went this far, could not go? Or do you think this threat is real, and there is a scenario that Pakistan could pull out if the Prime Minister agrees? If all of us can come up with that thought.
I mean, I think personally that this seems like the PCB doing some not only lip service but also showing with some action to the BCB that, look, no, we really backed you guys, and look, we took it this far, but then our government said that no play, so we had no choice but to follow what it is that our government said, so we are going ahead and playing. I'll be very surprised if they actually pull out because of something like this, because the Pakistan team or the Pakistan board in general were humiliated far more during the Champions Trophy time, where they basically couldn't have that marquee India-Pakistan match in Pakistani shores. Would have been a big coup for them, a big win. They couldn't have that, and they still chose to hang on to the hosting rights. They still ensured that their matches were done and dusted, and that time they were the quote-unquote humiliated party. This time around it's Bangladesh, and look, I understand that they voted in favor, but I think this basically seems like them trying to blow a bit of a smokescreen, nothing beyond that. Siddharth, what do you think?
Pathetic attempt at trying to ensure we are with you. It's Pakistan. I am sorry, if you start taking Pakistan, whatever they say, seriously, then you can say bye-bye to judgment. You can say bye-bye to rational thinking. You can say bye-bye to sensible thinking. Pakistan clearly want to show, okay, you are out. We are just trying to say commiserations. Oh, you are out. We just want to put on a facade. Okay. We'll wait for the Pakistani Prime Minister to arrive. Firstly, he is somewhere else. I don't know where. Maybe I think he's in Davos. I think, apparently. So he's coming back. Another 2-3 days. And then you announce, Pakistan, why don't you also boycott? There is no locus standi by which Pakistan have any reason to boycott. Firstly, as I had said, this is neither a Shadi, neither it is Abdullah Diwana. Why on earth should Pakistan meddle themselves in this, considering their players were already playing in Sri Lanka? It was already done about 5-6 months back. Now, if the scope of brotherhood goes another way, and we side with Bangladesh, we will also pull out. I will not find it surprising considering their warped thinking. But if they do stay in the tournament, it is still not surprising for me. So if they want to pull out, please, you can pull out. The tournament will be much better without a Pakistan and a Bangladesh peddling all this off-field drama. That's my thing. I mean, if Pakistan want to go out, please. As I said with Pakistan and Bangladesh, good riddance to bad rubbish. That's the thing that I would want to. Yes, Nikhil.
Okay. Is the threat real? That's the question. I would imagine no. I think this is Pakistan trying to two things. I think they're trying to achieve two things. One, tell Bangladesh, listen, we fought for you till the last moment. It's just that our government didn't give us permission in the end. That, and two, maybe also, let India know that we are standing against you. I think that's the purpose that they're trying to achieve. Why I think they will not pull out of the tournament? Two factors there. One, I think, as Shane mentioned, that they had bigger reason to pull out when India refused to go for Champions Trophy after Pakistan had come and played the World Cup here. They didn't do it at that time. They agreed for a hybrid model to begin with. Of course, India then did a reciprocal thing with him, but I think their main demand, and they're still smarting from that India did not come and play there. So they didn't do it. Secondly, there was that game versus UAE where they felt that they had been unfairly treated, Pakistan, and they almost were on the verge of pulling out of that tournament. If you know, there was this high-level meeting. Mohsin Naqvi, Najam Sethi joined him. Ramiz Raja joined him. They all had a meeting. And some sense was put into Mohsin Naqvi and told him that, listen, it's in the best interest of Pakistan that, you don't pull out at this moment, because it's going to create a lot of issues for you going forward. So I think those two incidents are ample proof that if when it really came down to Pakistan, they didn't pull out, I don't think they're going to do it for the third party. So this is what I think at the moment the scenario is. And also, if Pakistan is thinking that, this might cause a rift in international cricket, they also know that they've been isolated on that front. 14-2 was the vote, as you know. So, if your idea is to also create a rift and thereby get one back at India, because as I said, they've been smarting from that issue where they didn't get India to come and they're still saying that our Champions Trophy was ruined by India. So if they were trying to get back at India and they know what is the politics of the ICC right now, whether it's right, wrong, India is flexing its muscle, it's a different debate. But the fact of the matter is that at the moment they know they are, nobody else is going to stand up up aside of Bangladesh. They're already out. And I think if push comes to shove, at this moment, ICC might even go ahead by thinking of a 22nd team, inviting another team to come and participate. It might go on. That will also result in financial losses to the PCB, as they considered during the Asia Cup. So all of that put together, I don't think genuinely they're going to pull out. I think they're playing to the galleries on that front. My second question, Mohsin Naqvi there says that what they have done to Bangladesh is unfair. If you could make an exception for India because of security and they could pull out of Pakistan, ICC is being unfair. And if they made exception for India and then later for Pakistan, why aren't they doing it for Bangladesh? Do you think there's merit in that argument?
I mean, to an extent, I can understand where that line of argument comes from. But the fact is, I mean, it's something we had all called. We said that with Bangladesh coming up with this sort of a proposal, there was nary a chance of it succeeding, because sad reality is that in the ICC, as a board in itself, the money has always been what talks loudest. Do they have anything to lose from alienating Bangladesh in the manner which they have? Not really. I know people will say that you've alienated a fan base, this, that. Financially, there is no loss for them, and that's why they are comfortable making that call, that they could tell Bangladesh that, listen, sorry, there is nothing to be done here. The sad reality is that the ICC is just following in its own precedent, so it's not really that surprising. Is he wrong in saying it's unfair? No, it is unfair, but because you've seen precedents of the past, similar type being made for not just India, but even for Pakistan, because it was like a swap deal of sorts, that if India don't travel to Pakistan, then Pakistan will also not travel to India, and it's something that the ICC formally ratified by by putting out a press release and saying that this is how it's going to be. Were they ever going to do the same for Bangladesh though? No. So, I mean, that's really where I stand.
I agree with Mohsin Naqvi. Yes, Bangladesh haven't dealt an unfair hand, because that's the economic disparity.
Right.
When people say that this is the Indian Cricket Council, there will be a lot from both sides of the border now saying Indian Cricket Council. They are not wrong. The hybrid model has opened up a massive can of worms. Yes, India, Pakistan, the security threat has been elevated far more. It's far often in the news. So that is why you have to understand that yes, there are tensions extremely between India and Pakistan. But remember, India never provided the physical evidence of what was the threat. Never. It was asked for, but India never gave it. On the other hand, with Bangladesh, you equate to what happened in a T20 league, a domestic T20 league, to an ICC event. That is foolishness. That is total foolishness. But it has done three things here. One, it is unfair. If Bangladesh really felt, okay, if I'm now towing the Pakistan line now in this argument, if Bangladesh felt there was a security threat, and if they had more financial clout, maybe the ICC would have accommodated them.
110%.
This is the bitter truth. The ICC would have accommodated them. But where are Bangladesh? Somewhere low down in the thing. They never get importance from the ICC. It's like Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe don't play. They are out of the WTC cycle. They're in the WTC cycle, Bangladesh. That's the only difference. Otherwise, importance-wise, Zimbabwe and Bangladesh are same. Which is why what happened with Bangladesh is unfair. I do agree. This hybrid model is the bane of everybody's existence at this point in time. But Bangladesh bought it upon themselves. And with India's case, because they have the muscle, they have the financial clout, they can get away with anything. That's the bitter truth about it. This is how the game has been weaponized in South Asia. And for once, I agree with what Mohsin Naqvi has said. For once. Yeah, Nikhil.
I mean, to that point of, I think what Siddharth is saying is right in the sense that had Bangladesh been a bigger board, would ICC have made an exception? Maybe they would have. While factually that point is correct, it's not something that, I can agree with. I mean, I do not agree with functioning of anybody, and this is not a comment on ICC, that the stronger get their way. I mean, I give you an example, like, let's say, for example, US is the strongest country on the planet, right? I do not agree with them bullying other countries. It's just a principle stand that I have in general with any organization. So I think same in cricket. If there are permanent members, and of course India is far ahead, whether it comes to the on-field performance, whether it comes to the commercial strength that India brings to the table, no comparison. You can even put Pakistan and Bangladesh together, also no comparison. India is so far ahead. But I think, can you have different rules for different countries because of their stature, because of their financial might? I do not agree with it. As I said, I don't agree with it per se. And certain times we can be the most powerful country in a scenario, and then everything is fine. And if we back that, then there could be certain scenarios in different walks of life where if you are second to some other country, should they get away with it? I will not agree with that. So in principle, I'm not with that. So I think there should be one fixed rule. It doesn't matter the financial stature or the cricketing level of any team. I think that is the first point. But to the second point, is Mohsin Naqvi right in saying that Bangladesh have been dealt unfairly? I don't agree with that. I think Bangladesh's case is very different to the case of India and Pakistan. Firstly, you got to realize that India, Pakistan have gone through a lot of wars. They can be a real security threat that can, be identified, that Indian players may have had if they went to Pakistan. The Indian government thought so. So I'm going to take their word for it. So there could be a real issue, which is not the case with Bangladesh and India. Secondly, India's stance had been like that for a long time. It wasn't because of some one incident happened, they said we'll not go to Pakistan. They've suspended bilateral for very long. So you can understand that, they don't want to go to Pakistan. It's been a fixed stand for a very long time, and they're continuing with it. Also, they had informed ICC well in advance, 2 months in advance it was done. In Bangladesh's case, firstly, you were telling ICC at the 11th hour. Secondly, you clearly know that Bangladesh is keen to play bilateral series. They came last year as well. They are keen to play another bilateral series that was to happen last year, but now it's been pushed to August this year. They are keen. They want to play. They had been keen and they wanted to play. It's only after Mustafizur incident happened that they're now saying no, right? So I think you are not comparing apples to apples. When Mohsin Naqvi says that you made an exception for India and then Pakistan, why can't you make for Bangladesh? Because as I said, there are completely different cases with completely different circumstances. And I think ICC has taken cognizance of that fact. And based on that, they've taken a call. So you can't be comparing the two issues per se. So that is where I think, in that regard, Mohsin Naqvi is also right. Before you take some more questions, I just had one thought in my mind, and maybe you guys can answer that. I'm reading between the lines. I read everything that Mohsin Naqvi said. I also heard everything that Mohsin Naqvi said. The one line that I mean, I can't make head or tail of. He's saying if the Pakistan government decides that we shouldn't be playing, then we will not play. Now, who is Pakistani government? Mohsin Naqvi is the Pakistani government. He is none less than an interior minister of Pakistan. He is the equivalent of home minister in India. When India does not travel to any country or there is a security issue, who issues that advisory? Who decides that? It's never the prime minister. It's the home ministry, right? Because they deal with security threats, the forces, and so on and so forth. It's decided by them. So home minister decides that. Correct? You could get a stamp of approval from the prime minister or keep him in the loop. That's another thing. But the decision is taken by the home minister. In Pakistan's case, Mr. Mohsin Naqvi is the home minister. He has to actually decide. And that takes me to that point. He is saying that the government will decide. Are we waiting for the prime minister? Boss, you have to decide. You're the home minister. So I really can't understand that. And that takes me to my first point that I made. All this is a bit of lip service, a bit of posturing, telling Bangladesh we are with you. Eventually, Pakistan ain't pulling out.
That's why you can't take Pakistan seriously. Okay? In the Asia Cup, what was the joke? PCB head mailing ACC chair mails to the Pakistan Home Minister, who's essentially one person. 3 in 1. Mohsin Naqvi. Now he is saying we are waiting for the Prime Minister to come back. It shows right hand doesn't know what left is doing. Okay? It's typical pathetic saber rattling that Pakistan does every single point in time. They know that they have no firm ground on which they can operate. So they are just giving out these kind of statements just to appease the Bangladeshis as well as their own public. Let us make one thing very clear here, that they are trying to be Begani Shadi mein Abdullah Diwana. Neither is Abdullah Diwana. There needs to be nothing Diwana about this whole thing, and neither are they doing a great job about it. So, as I said, can't take anything from Pakistan seriously.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think as well. What is it that the Pakistan Prime Minister will add to this conversation that the Home Minister himself doesn't know? They are in essence members of the same government. They are members of the same party. Everything is the same here, by the way. There's nothing different. They would be in regular contact. Why is it that we are waiting for the PM to reach back to Pakistan so you can have a conversation? Can you drop him a text? Can you give him a call?
No, simple Zoom or a WhatsApp call.
Exactly. I mean, there are so many ways to connect in today's day and age. You're trying to tell me if this is such an emergency thing that you can't have some sort of a connection. I don't buy that one bit, which is why I was saying also in the going back to the initial thing that this seems like lip service to me. There is not a chance in hell Pakistan pull out. Already their own status is a little shaky when it comes to cricket because they know that India are the powerhouses. If they pull out now, it's basically bidding whatever little credibility they have left in the world of that sport and kissing it goodbye. So there is not a chance that they pull out. It's them basically trying to show Bangladesh, look, we're here for you. We did everything. But in the end, our government said we have to play, so now we have to play. We don't want to play, while knowing fully well that they want to play.
Yeah.
We know that they don't need to pull out. They have no stakes here, none whatsoever.
Which is what? They needed to have watched more Bollywood films. Pakistan and Bangladesh. They know that Pakistan is the proverbial villain. He is that instigating member in the family who wants to create Kaleshbazi.
Exactly.
But they don't. That's the problem. You don't maintain friendly ties with India, you don't want to consume anything with India. So that's what. Now Pakistan have played the villain's role brilliantly, nudged Pakistan off the cliff.
Bangladesh, you mean?
I mean, they have nudged Bangladesh off the cliff. And that's it. They are laughing away to glory now. They have gotten what they wanted. So
absolutely.
I made a point to a very poor and small neighbor. Now I'll be laughing myself in this T20 World Cup.
Now I'll enjoy my T20 World Cup, the revenue that's generated from the India-Pakistan match. I'll do all of that. I'll enjoy maybe not making it into the next round. Well, also considering how poor the group is, they might just still
Yeah.
all of that done and dusted. But no, we showed
Empathy.
Bangladesh.
We showed empathy.
We
and-
were with you.
Yeah, with
we
you.
just couldn't quite boycott it because our government said no. Anyway, we've spoken a lot. Let's check out now what it is that our family members have to say. Starting with Mr. Ajib Agarkar, still one of my favorite ads on this. Says, imagine Pakistan pull out, Bangladesh have a rethink, and then Bangladesh replace Pak. 3D chess.
3D chess indeed. And this is one chess that I will never ever figure out.
No.
Bangladesh having a rethink. Seriously, you
No,
want another
He's
revolution?
being tongue in cheek. He's being tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
There's not a chance they have a rethink.
You want another revolution in Bangladesh?
Ain't happening, my friend. Ain't happening.
It's not happening at this point. in time.
Let's see. Let's go up. You've got. Sar Chandra says that Sidvi sir thinks the threat for us in Pak is similar to what Ban have here. Big joke. Just that some don't like flexing, we don't do doesn't mean we are demeaning or drowning other countries. But that's fair, Sarat. But the fact is, look, let's even assume for 1 second that we don't show any kind of security threat. We can agree that the security threat does exist to an extent. I'm not sure how much of a security threat there is to ordinary Bangladeshi cricketers coming to India. No, that is less of a chance of that being true.
Look, again, the threat for us in Pak is similar to what Ban have here. You are misconstruing the whole thing. What was my major thing? That this hybrid model, you can only do it for a entity or a board that has got massive financial clout. Yes, the problem, what has happened is that Bangladesh did in the 11th hour. The whole system, the process was wrong. So, politics at the end of the day has managed to win everywhere. Right-wing elements in India suddenly woke up, but they are not doing a thing about it in Bangladesh. Radical elements now have gotten the grapevine that they wanted, and they have dictated the terms there.
You know who's been the biggest loser? The sport of cricket.
Sport of cricket is anyway being weaponized in South Asia. That's why the problem is now, if you want, do not host events in South Asia, honestly, with the exception of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, the only one that come out of this slightly clean.
Yes.
Damien DeHorn says that if this means we in Bangladesh can't play international cricket, so be it. We will focus on football. Yeah, I think you might just have to do that now.
You will have to do that. And by the way, before cricket, football was the key thing in Bangladesh. I mean,
And they're experiencing a little bit of a good resurgence now thanks to the presence of Hamza Chaudhary
Yes.
in their national team. Anyway, scroll down. Let's see. Now we've taken that. A lot of conversations going on from you guys. Shanto, is that Najmal Hussain saying that boycott the T20 World Cup, boycott India, Bangladeshi people are so happy. Are you though? Are you?
you see again the popular, that's what everybody is claiming, okay? And that's what is the Bangladesh popular sports is football, not cricket. Really, that is like Sri Lanka saying that rugby is our national sport. But where have you cracked it? Have you played any kind of rugby? Where has Bangladesh qualified for any FIFA World Cups or any
Or
major
even
continent?
Asian, you haven't even played continental.
Exactly.
It might be the more popular sport, but the fact that
But Shanto, again, he's pandering to his audience because see, now we'll say, oh, football, cricket is a scrappy game anyway. It's only football for us now. I know where it comes from. I really know where it comes
sour
from.
grapes, basically. It's
Exactly.
sour grapes. Go down. No, we've taken this. Taken
Yeah.
these. Let's see. Ashwini Kumar is joking and saying that after seeing India's batting last night, Pak themselves want to escape from this World Cup. Could be.
Oh,
Could be.
goodness.
I can't imagine the current bowling lot coming up against these fellows in good batting conditions and then getting hammered the way the Kiwis were last night.
I know. But again, the only way when you look at it, if that pitch is the ultimate equalizer, then it gives both teams a chance.
But the pitch being an ultimate equalizer,
It's in Colombo.
yeah, if it's a spin friendly pitch, then maybe. But I'd still trust. Remember
Yeah.
New York.
Exactly.
That was also a very dour kind of a pitch.
Yeah.
And then it reached a point where the star batter chose to leave in such a situation that he had to attack Jasprit Bumrah. Good luck. Big
Good luck
brain
indeed.
energy.
Yeah.
No, go down. We've taken all of these also. You've got. That's no. Yeah, I think we've taken most of the saner comments.
Shaji Paleri is saying, so Pakistan and Bangladesh getting knocked out in the first round as usual. So yeah, no issue. They'll be done with the World Cup early. I mean, they haven't
Sad
even
reality
come.
is that Pakistan may not actually get knocked out early, considering how bad the group is.
Yeah, they're with USA. That's why
Even we are. No, it's the same group.
it's the same group. Yeah, if USA pull off another surprise, then that's it.
Yeah, I think, okay, we're done with the comments now. We'll take your leave. This was breaking news come Dugout type thing for you, bonus edition, because we don't normally come on Saturdays, but tomorrow we'll be back with more. In fact, there's plenty more which will be on the channel. Guys can check that out as well. And stay tuned, plenty more coming your way. And of course, tomorrow build up to India v New Zealand, the third T20. India with a chance potentially to seal the series.
Seal the series, but again, still waiting. It is like Windows Explorer. Waiting. We still haven't gotten the ICC press release.
Yeah, we might get that tomorrow. It'll be just our luck.
No, maybe it might come only on Monday.
Oh God.
Because I think, honestly, before we sign off, I think the ICC are preparing a very strong statement. I think there are sanctions coming for Bangladesh cricket.
If that happens, who boy? Who boy?
Indeed. So
Anyway,
that's the way.
We'll take your leave. Thank you. And stay tuned. Subscribe, tap the bell, like this video if you enjoyed it. We definitely enjoyed being with you guys. And stay tuned. More coming your way on Sports Today from Siddharth, me, and Nikhil. It's bye-bye.
Bye-bye.